and a very warm welcome to Women's World, a program especially related to women, and I'm Dechen Om with the program. In this edition, we'll talk about the prevalence of domestic violence in the country and help for such complainants. 30-year-old Karmal Hamo is a complainant of domestic violence. She was often beaten by her husband during her 4 years of marriage.
Loshi yasi loshi jube nga damgalidi tawalam nga du de chujongla achingen chapsa shinan jigale tangin den ko chanum gale tanga de michela halam khela ba tangdomol matembin midambete lusaji.
It's been 4 years since we married, and after about 4 months he started beating me up. Whenever he gets drunk, he beats me up. Now it's like complex. But all this time I put up with him because I'm illiterate and have nowhere to go. But it got worse, and now he says he doesn't want me anymore. Most of the time he gets drunk and he comes home late, sometimes even at 3 o'clock at night. Then when I question him, he tells me that I have no rights. Even during my 9th month pregnancy, he used to beat me up. When I used to escape and hide in my neighbor's house, he used to follow me and pick a fight with them too.
Alukini upona dautan tamnure tammentala. Kilingagi kobe samajwa kogi charuge amtubesa juvi devala. Tidero paumbe ani charuge amsultana so heta teomilol.
Karma's husband abandoned her right after delivering to their second child. Karma's suspect of her husband having an extramarital affair was confirmed after discharging from the hospital after delivery.
Nga alukebe sha sumda ji jujongla amjele kogi ani amtudi chinatu bichiange deilane.
After 4 days of delivery, he brought his girlfriend home and slept with her. Then, when I raised the issue, he scolded me, saying I was just making an issue out of it, and went to reach her home at about 3 o'clock at night. After that, he didn't return. Whether I could or not, I had to cook and do other chores since I was all alone, and that's when I fell sick and was admitted back to the hospital. From there, I was referred here to Renew, and upon calling my husband from here, he confirmed that he doesn't want me anymore.
According to a survey conducted by the National Statistics Bureau, nearly 70% of Bhutanese women accepted domestic violence. Renew's outreach director, Dr. Meenakshi Rai, talks more on it.
We don't take it as a good report now. Especially we call ourselves a GNH country, 68.4. If you take this figure outside, it's like a shame. The report from the survey conducted by National Statistics Bureau in 2010. And very recently, 2012, the Ministry of Health had conducted a survey, and they found 74% women accepted violence as justified. They are okay with it. But then they not knowing that it's a fundamental human rights violation here. Each individual needs to be happy. They have a right to be happy.
There are others who are not aware of Renew and are suffering in the hands of their husband. Dema, whose name has been changed, is another woman who is living a miserable married life.
Once he hit me real bad that my tooth came out. Still these days I get pain on my ribcage area where he hit me. Only after I complained to his senior officer, he was warned, he stopped hitting me. At present, although he doesn't raise his hand every day, he verbally picks a fight with me and has made my life very miserable. I'm so tired of being seen in front of our neighbors and telling him to leave the house every day.
Dr. Meenakshi Rai cites some of the factors for women accepting domestic violence as justified.
I think it's all about the mindset. It's all about stereotypical, husband he is the breadwinner and he is the boss, at home, and he can't do anything. So I think it's the training that we have been given by our parents, women. That's why at home, if mother accepts all the time, daughter will learn to do that. And the father always abuses, of course, the son will also learn. This is a training, It's a learning process, like how you have been brought up. So it all depends the culture, the tradition, the belief system you have. So it all depends on that. Social norms, people already have. So that's why I was telling you, I think the mindset of the people now, we have to change. Domestic violence is something that they can. Each individual, if you are disciplined in certain ways, this domestic violence or gender-based violence will not happen. What we're talking here is more on the bringing of behavioral changes among the people. We don't need medicine for that. It is your own willingness that I will change the mindset is so important. It's going to take time, but it's very, very important. Those are the root causes. Your mindset, your stereotypical, the beliefs. And then, of course, the triggering others, like because of the alcohol, is the most number one triggering factor to this domestic violence. And then we have extramarital affair is another one. Then Bhutan, it's so rampant now. So these are the things that's triggering now this violence in our society.
Dema says she's not given a single penny, and most of the time she manages by the little money she earns from weaving.
Ali school joy kapsulo ali selam ay ama chugilam na me ngaji pension yoni mino selam ngai labite.
My husband does not give me money at all. Sometimes even when the children's pencil finish, I can't ask for money to buy them. So my eldest son says that he will leave school from next year and become a monk so that I don't have to spend much on them. But I tell them not to worry and study hard, and that I will manage by the little money I get from weaving.
Dema says she's mentally tortured but not physically beaten that much. Hence, she says she can't even report to Renew. Well, let's get Dr. Minakshi's view on this.
Till now, what we have is just a battery. Even our women themselves don't know that they are being mentally, sexually, economically, emotionally abused. It's just a battery when they have, they're bitten, when they have this real physical pain, they feel that it's violence. But for us, for Renew, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, because people take it for granted. Just because he's married to that woman, he can have sex with her anytime, Mm-hmm. So that's a sexual abuse. But the people will take it as a part and, parcel of their married life. So it is, and it's husband's right. So women have to submit. So that is the, the mindset, that is the attitude that the people have been carrying. Women themselves have been carrying that. So this is what we want to, tell people that this is not right. Because each individual is a human being and they have their fundamental rights and they have right to live free of violence, happily. So that's what we are trying to say. It's not a competition between men and women, not at all. It's just how we can live together happily.
I met Dema in the hospital as both she and her daughter were sick. She broke down as she narrated her life story.
Ani zumjia de cheta ta chimala mache maras melam ta nga do wasa chi shirsachi ngadi dinigi rewana semita ani ali school matang sinjinai.
With my husband, I might die before time. I pray that I don't meet a person like him in my next life. Now I can't take it anymore, so I will leave once the children are done with their exams. Seeing us fight every day, it does affect the children. Sometimes my son refuses to go to the school, saying, "What if their father hit me during their absence?" Sometimes I wonder what I had done in my previous life to face such a life right now. Now my only hope and prayer is that I don't die before my kids are independent and can stand on their own feet.
Let us find out from Dr. Minakshi what are some of the help provided by Renew for complainants.
Some just come here for counseling because they are in a confusion. They have so many decisions they've made, but they exactly don't know which decision would be right. So it's just a consultation. So we talk about. Some require legal support because then they don't know how to read or write. They don't know how to go about it. So legal support. And some come for, of course, a shelter. With very severe cases where sometimes they require more than a year to be with us. Trying to first heal them and then give them all the support, the medical, everything, and then legal. That's how we try to help them. So in the meantime, when she is here with us in shelter, then that's the time we give them training, livelihood skills training. Actually, this is just to engage them meaningfully. And then when they come out of the shelter, it's creating employment opportunities also. So that's what we are doing.
Dema says all this time she put up with her husband's treatment as she is uneducated and has nowhere to go.
rupa chala bedding ding bani demi disulo ai ngai pechana chu bani bechin titi yas.
Sometimes I wonder why my parents failed to educate me, as I feel had I been literate, I would be independent and wouldn't have to suffer like this.
Meanwhile, Renew recorded 375 cases of domestic violence last year alone. Let's hear from Dr. Meenakshi what are some of the common cases they see.
So most of them are physical, of course, because our women still feel that only when you are physically battered, then only you are violated. Physical violence tops the list, and then the second is all the abandon, willfully neglecting your family, and then the third is, of course, like I told you, triggering, because of the external affair that people are having. So these are the things. And now we also see a lot of rape cases. We are seeing incest, and we are afraid that we need to do something for this. This is not emerging issues. It's actually has been happening, prevalent in our society, but now it's coming out. The incest is one which we need to really create awareness among our children and also the community people on the incest.
That's all we have for you in this edition of Women's World. Join us every Wednesdays and Sundays at 4:20 p.m. for more women-related issues. Till then, it's me, Dechen Om, saying goodbye for now and see you next time.